Welcome to the She Busy podcast, where I teach female entrepreneurs how to embrace their CEO mindset, streamline their operations, and reclaim their time and freedom. Hey there, my name is Assia Mahmood. I'm an entrepreneur, children's book author, business consultant, mother, wife, sister, daughter, friend, and boss, and I'm on a mission to help you grow a wildly successful business and still have plenty of time to enjoy the life you want. If you're feeling trapped in your success, overwhelmed by the demands of your business, and struggling to find balance, you are in the right place. I've been there, and I'm here to help you break free from the hamster wheel. But becoming the CEO your business and your life deserve doesn't happen by accident. It takes intention and purpose, and that's exactly what I want to teach you in this podcast. So let's dive right in. Hi there. Today is the first Friday of summer break, which is new for us because we normally have had our kids at Windhaven. It's a year-long program. So today is the first time that my daughter was in kindergarten in real school, and the year just ended. So today was our first official day of summer break. Technically, she'll be going to Windhaven for the summer camp, but there is a little bit of a break because it's a long weekend. So she's going to have a 4-day break. But going into the summer and just having that kind of formal, hey, the year's ending, you hear parents talk about the summers all the time and how they want to either take time off in the summer or they're busy in the summer. There's always that proverbial summer that everyone talks about with having kids. And this is our first year really getting close to that. And I think that's been kind of on my mind as we've gotten close to it. And if you've had kids go from any pre-K program or daycare pre-K program into real school, it is a pretty big shift. And now that we've been coming close to summer, it's been weighing on me a little bit more that now I have time, or at least I've created more freedom in my business. And I talk about that all the time, but now my daughter's going to be home, and how is that going to look for us for the summertime? So it's a little bit of a different season. So we actually just got home and put the kids to bed. We had a fun Friday. So she was off today, and I actually had quite a few things to get done today, work-wise and Pilates-wise. But around 3, I texted my husband. He works from home, so she'd been home with him today. And I was feeling a little bit guilty because it was her first day of summer break, that summer break that has been looming overhead. And I texted him, hey, I think I'm going to take the kids to the library. And as always, he was like, I'll come too. So I ended up taking an impromptu trip to the library, and we went to get burgers after they played in the rain at Hat Creek. They got some milkshakes at the end, and driving home, we saw a rainbow, and my son said, oh my God, Mommy, look, it's a rainbow. And then he stopped for a second and he said, I didn't know rainbows were real. It was like the perfect icing on the cake to have that rainbow show up. It'd been raining today and on and off, and to have that rainbow show up, that was so perfect and beautiful and symbolic in a way. And then there he was saying that he can't believe they're real. It broke my heart into pieces. My heart swelled, broke at the same time. If you're a mom, you know what I'm talking about. But I came home and I posted snippets on my Instagram stories of pictures from the day. And it just got me thinking as to where I am right now. And I wanted to just hop on the podcast and talk about it, because for me, I feel like Instagram is a place to put some information and put some stuff about my life, but the podcast is really where I want to be. So I just wanted to kind of talk on the back end of behind the scenes of what's going on right now and why today meant what it did to me. Because for me, my story's still going. I talk a lot on my social media and with people about this freedom in business and being able to create operational efficiencies to find that freedom in your life. But for me, I am really ambitious, and I'm proud of that. I have a lot of ambition, and I'm multi-passionate. I want to do multiple things and grow and create and build. And I feel like when I talk about this freedom a lot, for me, creating the freedom that I've created isn't just so much so that I could just sip lattes and do Pilates, even though that's a fun part of it too. For me, a lot of the freedom that I've created within my business has made it so that I can start to do new things and focus time on new things and focus time on the higher level of what my main business with Windhaven is. So behind the scenes, I've been spending more of my time working on actually scaling the business because we want to grow to more locations, and working on this new venture with the podcast and with supporting female entrepreneurs, and also just expanding the reach of Windhaven with the product line coming soon. There's just a lot going on. So that doesn't come without challenges. Everything comes with its unique set of challenges, and my story is still going. I'm actually in a season right now, A, of trying to expand this current business, B, growing and starting new lines, whether they're piggybacking off of Windhaven or it's brand new, like this podcast and the one-on-one consulting that I'm doing. I am also right now in the thick of a very big transition with Windhaven in itself. The leader of my business is my director. She's been with me for almost 4 years. She's gone with me through the program and she is leaving. And thankfully, she gave me like 3 months notice. She's moving out of town. So she is leaving and has been my go-to person at the school for a while now and has been head of the school for over a year now. So it is a very difficult parting. I'm not just sad about losing a top team member, I'm also just sad about losing a friend. And so that's been tough. And so we're going through that transition right now. She's in the process of leaving, and so she did give me plenty of notice, so we're able to now train the second in command, who is my assistant director, to then take over the director role. And we've been hiring for a new assistant director and basically just wrapping up and figuring out where some of the gaps are. But I feel like big change is always hard, right? It can be emotionally difficult, like in this scenario when I've been close to this person for so long. I trust her, we understand each other. It's also, it's kind of a test for my business, right? Losing the top of the food chain is a big test for the business to see if we are as operationally sound as I was hoping. And honestly, it's been great in that aspect, like seeing where the gaps are, having the option to train. Since my director's been with me for so long, that there are some gaps of things that we've communicated to each other verbally or just understood. She's understood my personality, or she just knows the vision of the school, but maybe needs to be created into a more detailed system. So it's been really interesting and kind of exciting because this is what I talk about. I love operational efficiency. So kind of just seeing my business where it's come to. And I think we're in a great place. I feel like I'm not worried about the transition necessarily because I feel like we've gotten to a place where I am being tested in the things that I do talk about and that I am passing that test. And that has been super fun. But overall, the reason I started the podcast talking about how the day went is that there is still a lot going on. As much as I talk about time freedom, for me, time freedom has to mean something. And so that time has been spent pouring into what more I want to do and where my ambitions lie. And now also pouring into this part of the business with the operations and making sure we're in a place for this transition to go smoothly. So there is a level of stress involved, especially when things are changing. And so that's been a really interesting thing to navigate. And then, of course, at the same time, going through the process of my daughter finishing kindergarten and that looming summer and me wanting to be that mom, that if I do have freedom, I need to put my money where my mouth is and spend more time with my kids and make that a priority, especially with her for the summer, because she doesn't have that flexible schedule throughout the year like she used to. And now I have to make the most of it. So I'm feeling the weight of that. And I've been feeling unsettled. You know, my husband and I, we went to the library with the kids and they picked out their books and they were sitting in one of those cute little nooks and reading. So we sat down together in a chair and I told him, I said, I'm feeling unsettled and I don't know what it is, but I do know what it is. It's one of those things where I have an idea because it's a lot going on. And I feel like I'm having a lot of parental emotion, business emotion, ambition emotion, and it's just kind of all coming together. And so today was Friday, the first day of summer break. And I thought, girl, if you have the freedom, use it. Use it. Because sometimes, even with the freedom, I am ambitious and I do put a lot of focus on work. And so for me, when I get free time, I'm like, sweet, I'm going to do more and add more. I'm going to do it between the hours of 8 and 3 so it doesn't affect my parenting, but I'm going to do more. So having this like summer break open up took away that 3 o'clock deadline for me. And it almost was like this panic of, oh my God, am I going to fill those hours with work or am I going to actually spend more time with my kids? And so it just became this unsettled feeling of I have a lot going on. We have this transition coming up now in the next couple of weeks. It's unsettling and I felt unsettled. So for me today, I wanted to sit down and record this and just hit on the fact that feeling unsettled when I had no control over my day-to-day, when I didn't have that operational freedom, it could have brought me down. It could have put me in a place where I was completely stressed out and unable to come back and just drowning in the thick of it. Because when you're stuck in that day-to-day grind, I mean, you don't even have a millisecond of flexibility in your schedule. If your kid gets sick, it's, ugh, oh my God, now what? They get sent home sick from school or something happens that throws a little bit of a wrench in your day or in your week, and it can throw you for such a loop. And when that throws you for a loop in your business and you're stuck in the day-to-day and you're handling and juggling all these billions of things and you don't have the systems and the operations at a place where you can take a break if you need it, that overwhelm or extra unsettledness can really push you over the edge. And that's emotionally, health-wise, everything. And so today, when I realized that I was feeling unsettled, the ability to say, wait, I'm going to take a step back. Nothing is going to happen. Everything's going to keep moving. My business is in a good place. I have a good team. I have systems in place. Everything is going to be fine. And I'm going to step away, set up some time to spend with my family, because that is ultimately my happy place and my place of peace with my husband and my kids. And so I was like, that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to take this unsettled feeling and I'm going to go to my family and I'm going to take that time and spend the day, not look at my phone, not do anything work related. And to be able to do that without the added pressure of not completing my to-do list or things falling through the cracks or things not getting done. I mean, there was a point where we were sitting and having our burgers and I was like, wait a minute. It's not even 6 o'clock. And my phone was at the bottom of my bag because my school closes at 6. So 2 years ago, not only would my phone be glued to my eyeballs, but that, you know what? No, that's not even true. I would be there. It's not just that my phone would be glued to my eyeballs. It's that I would be in the school still. And now to have this ability because of what I've been able to do operationally that I keep talking about, it is just incredible. So I just wanted to get on to say that. I wanted to get on to say that there is so much more that you find at the end of that rainbow of being able to pull yourself out of the overwhelm of the day-to-day and focus as a strategist and a CEO for your business. There's so much more that you gain than just time to have a latte and go to Pilates. Because if you're also ambitious or you also want to take that extra time to accelerate your business and scale your business and grow it, that time freedom helps you there too. And now that that's the stage that I'm in and I'm doing this after having created that time freedom, that operational freedom. I'm able to take a step back when I need it, and I'm able to have a little time because it's summer break. It's just to be able to think back to a few years ago and where I was, and to look at where I am now, not just revenue wise, not just growth wise, but to be able to look at it from a holistic life perspective, to know that I can take a step back, spend time with my family, and things are still on autopilot and moving, not slowing down, not missing a beat. I don't feel as unsettled as I did earlier today. As a matter of fact, recording this, I don't think I feel unsettled at all. So, rainbows are real. If there's anything my son taught me today, it's that. Because I didn't think it could be real where I am now, even though there's still difficulties, there's still overwhelm, there's still stress. But I am seeing the rainbow. And honestly, I can't believe it's real either. So, thank you for listening to my more of a musings version or musings type of episode of the podcast. And until next time. Thank you for tuning in to the She Busy podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. For more inspiration, strategies, and support on your journey to freedom and success, make sure to hit the subscribe button, follow me on social media, and visit my website. All the links are in the show notes. And remember, you have the power to create the life and business you've always dreamed of, but it won't happen on accident. Here's to your success and freedom. Until next time.